Hi, I've just finished listening to another book on Audible, and it's Grief is a Thing with Feathers by Max Porter, and I got so much out of this one. I think listening to it was the way to go, because Jot Davis, who's the narrator, he does a fantastic job, absolutely. The narration, the dramatisation, it absolutely brought this to life. If I'd have had the same experience with a physical book, I don't know, but listening to it was wonderful. The dad in the story is grieving for his dead wife and bringing up his two sons. And at the same time, he's trying to carry on working. He's writing a book about Crow by Ted Hughes. And so, enter into the story Crow, who states that he will stay with the family until Dad and the boys no longer need him. The crow is associated with death in so many stories and myths. Murder of crows, that type of thing. But in this story, the crow is there to eat the sorrow. I loved the way that Crow's voice was portrayed. The way he threatens, he cajoles, he jokes. And listening to his voice rather than reading it, I think that was a definite plus. I'd recommend anybody to listen to this book on audio. And through this very short book, we watch how Dad has no choice but to move on, to carry on working, carrying on looking after the boys. Even though there are moments in here that will make you stop and pause as your emotions are pulled taut, especially if you've suffered from loss yourself, you will recognise so many parts of this. The bit when Dad lists everything that his wife will not do again, the book she won't finish, the spice in the cupboard she won't ever use up, that type of thing. And then there's one bit when Crow is cajoling him and Dad constantly, continually interrupts. I miss her. I miss her. I miss her. Oh, that just gets you by the heart. It really does. We have Dad's voice, we have the boys' voices, and we have Crow's voice. And as I said, there's moments of reality where if you've suffered loss, you will recognise them. And the way that grief has no end, there's no end date to it. Everybody grieves at their own time, and this is what this book is saying. Everybody grieves at their own time, and it is a long time project. Grief never entirely goes away. I love this. I was moved many times by it, and particularly when they scattered the ashes. That was so beautiful. This is definitely a book that I want to listen to again. It was superb. So, Grief is the Thing with Feathers. Grief is the Thing with Feathers by Max Porter. Adored it. So happy reading. Take care.